right, I have returned. And we're going to figure out what is importing Prisma, I guess. Also, I should, what was the thing to filter by file name P? We want to filter to trpcap, that one. Okay. So we're getting to server env.ts via server prisma.ts, but how are we getting to server prisma.ts? I don't know. Let's see. So let's repeat the thing we did last time that got us an answer, right? So we throw yeah, some nonsense, whatever AI generated stuff comes out there, and then export. Yeah. Okay. So now server authorization.ts. Okay. What is importing that? Oh, probably the modules. Right, the modules are importing that. Because what we should be doing, what calls can view? You know, we could probably just go to references. Yeah. So get user profile, like this procedure. Yeah, probably we just need to change the signatures of these things to take the Prisma client instead of having it read from global whatever. Yeah. So Prisma equals Prisma client. There we go. And then probably, I think there's another function here. Format documents. Not available. Extension biome is configured as formatted but not available. Okay. I should figure something out about that at some point. Anyway, okay, so that's gonna break things. But on the plus side, I think that will hopefully be the last thing that's... Yeah. Save that. And quit, and then run TSC. All right, and then all the things are broken because do we have Prisma? We do have Prisma imported, right? So we should be able to just like Prisma. And then argument for Prisma's not. Oh yeah. And list consumptions by meal. This needs to also pass in ctx.prisma. Yep. Probably a bunch of these. And this is a... Isn't it so nice that there's like this global thing that I don't have to pass around and thread through all the functions. I can just pass in, you know, these things. Although if I'm doing this, then why am I not like having session as a global thing? No, it's in context. So really probably, maybe, like these functions should just take the context. Instead. Yeah, so let's write a little to do. These functions should just take the context. In fact, should I just do this now? Like, I'm going through and changing each one of these anyway. Should I just do this now? Probably. Let's do it. Like if I'm touching every single thing, why don't I just so feel like ctx context from that file. Yeah. And then we get rid of these things. And then we have some things here where we need to do it like that. And then, yep. And then one more. Yep. And then less impressive here, but I mean, we can just like pass in context. And then we do that, and we do that, and yeah, we should have something where it checks to see if the session isn't set. Yeah. Okay. So now things are broken, but on the other hand, we are double checking the logic there. Yeah. So now what we do is we just pass context, right? Like so. And this is the thing that I would often be tempted, because this is a personal project of mine, right? So oftentimes outside of streaming, when I'm working on these things, I will be watching a stream or watching a video or multitasking. And so this is the sort of thing where I could I would be I think it would be likely that what I would do is I would go over here in agent mode and be like, hey, refactor can view and can is admin to take context as the first argument instead of passing in the session or the Prisma object or something along those lines. And that sort of like that sort of thing will often work. I think there's a chance that it will miss instances, but it will usually, if nothing else, at least update this function, and then it's easy enough to do what I'm doing right here of just like, okay, well, this no longer type checks. Although I think agent mode has gotten a lot better of like running type checking, like doing what I'm doing and looking at the results and then like iterating, right? So yeah. Of course, we don't have a context in this context. So what we want to do is we want to pass in session. It's not assignable. Right. Okay. So we don't have context, right? In this? No. Okay. All right. What else have we broken? Okay. So when I changed this and referred to context, and it prompted me to auto import, it did not generate the correct path. Oh, right, because it did this, but it needs to be that. And guess what? We don't need these types anymore. Oh, it helps if I save the file. Try that again. All right, and then more broken things, right? So in our authorization test, Not assignable. All right, so now we pass in mock Prisma. That's right. Yep. Okay, and then you're complaining because there's no request. Let's just do as context. No, from there. So we're just telling TypeScript that, yeah, I know this just ignore what it is. I'm telling you it's this. Okay, now everything type checks. So then we will go back and run unit tests. And so the objective that we started with was, of course, consolidating the validation of environment variables so that we don't have like one version for unit tests, one version for local dev, and one version for production. And so we spent the like hour and a half fixing types that have been the consequence of that. Now the question is, okay, so now we have test failures, but we don't have the test failure related to the change that we've made, right? So something else is going wrong. Lots of things are going wrong, but that's fine because because I say so. All right, so let's go back here and look at all the things that we changed. We changed some things. Oh yeah, so let's put this back. And okay, cool. So let's generate okay, refactor authentication authorization to use a unified context type, remove unused user session types, and okay, but we didn't remove them, we just moved them. Improve session handling, and that part's not true. All right, cool. All right, so we simplified environment validation. So I don't want to save that. The issue still, and I'm glad we're gonna have a little bit of time to look at this, is broken. What's up with that? I can't enter anything here. I can select a time zone. No, I can't. No, I can't. So what's up? What's going on? All right. Uncaught, in promise, type error, can't access property types, options is undefined. Great. In Serify. Okay, can't click that. Can't access property types. Options is undefined. Create Redux middleware. Redux. Oh, also, this application uses Redux. Did you know? Okay, can't access property types. Options is undefined. So we must be doing options.types. Nope. So in Serify, deserify, we have this error. Do we? Oh, now I can click it. Okay. So in our store, we include Serify middleware. Okay. 2 years ago, I created this file to provide no types, just to make TypeScript happy. This package, what does it do? Also, very bright. Sorry about that. All right. So this was last published a year ago. Uh-huh. Okay, and there are options. Here's a question. Does this package provide types? Rollup config? Okay, maybe. Maybe. In which case, maybe I can get rid of this file. Yes, and now we reveal that there has been a problem for some time. Presumably, if we look at this, there will be something in the commit history where this was converted to TypeScript or something, or types were published, or something along those lines. I assume that I created that d.ts file because there were not types at the time I used this. Started using this 2 years ago. But anyway, yeah, TypeScript refactor, April 2024. Anyway, so this is supposed to take an argument, which is options. And that takes, get out of here. That takes a serify key and a types. And what is types? Types is an object that going from string to something. Okay, I should read the docs. Maybe I should. So this is what it does, right? So that Redux store can deserify. So we get the ability to reversibly transform unserializable values into serializable ones, it says. So how do we see the create Redux middleware unit test for a fully worked out example of how to configure and integrate the Redux middleware? Okay. Let's see options. Specifies a logic that converts each type to and from a serializable form. Default configuration. The default. Okay, so there's the default options that we could be importing. And we could just. Why don't we just like do that? Cool. Will that take effect immediately? If I go over here and I refresh, and go to the console. Oh, things are broken. Unauthorized. Okay, let's log out and log back in. Probably because I just corrupted my Redux store, right? Keep scrolling. Okay, authorize. Yeah. I get some nice console messages from Discord. Right? Because if you are being told to like go to this URL and then open the console and paste something, 11 out of 10 chance you're being scammed. That's fair. All right, so settings, terms and conditions. You logged in, read. Hey, it's me. I can see my profile. Also, some things in the console. H2 cannot be a child of H2. Who knew? Well, we have like, here's an H2, and inside of the H2 is an H2, and inside of this H2 is an H2, inside of this H2 is an H2, and inside of the H2 is an H2. I mean, this is not an excuse, right? I'm pretty sure this is AI generated. Maybe I did do that. I don't know. Regardless, we fixed the profile, right? Because I can edit this. Yay! Reset. Cool. Can I? Oh, this auto saves, right? So if I refresh, Yes. We will say my birthday is in the 80s. Yeah. All right, cool. So we fixed the profile by fixing Redux. There we go. We still don't see pending friend requests. Although I'm now me. Like this is now maybe hold on. If I search for Sabin, it wasn't Sabin plus Discord. Okay, so there are 2 users in the system. But I just don't see pending friend requests. That's fine. If I go to the diary, okay, it's still broken. But if I go to here, I can add a meal name. We'll set this to 7. And we'll add a lunch there. And dinner at there. All right, so now if I go back to diary, yay, this works. All right, and I can quick add 150. 1500 no, 150. And that shows up there. Cool. And then if I click add to breakfast, then I can actually fiber and then show all results. This will go to Open Food Facts and search its database, right? There we go. That all works. Great. Now, will this actually fix the production server? I have no idea. All right, so I'm going to push this up and let's do a deploy. And then I think it is coming up on lunchtime. So we'll think about doing a raid here soon. But first, let's take a look. So we have all of these commits. I'll create a pull request for myself. And assuming this, oh yeah, cool. So it's going to ask Copilot to review these changes, which is always fun. Sometimes it will actually point out interesting things, and sometimes it misses the mark. So we'll see. We gotta wait for this stuff to run. I mean, technically, no. I can just like override and merge things. I need to remember how to deploy, actually, this code base as well. So we have a releases here. Yeah, and then we have an action that runs on release. I think build and push release is triggered when a release happens. And this attempts to both build the mobile app that is also broken for other reasons, as well as building and pushing Docker images and then triggering the deploy to my server. So what did Copilot say? This PR refactors the server-side type definitions and authorization functions to improve consistency and maintainability. All right. Missing import for the FS module. Is that true? I don't know that that's true. env schema. We do import FS right here. So that's not true. So this is not true. We found 66 errors and 101 warnings. Is that going to stop me? Nope. We're publishing to Chromatic. And yeah, cool. I am just going to go ahead and rebase and merge. Is that what I've been doing on this project? Have I been doing maybe? guess we'll do that. Yep. Is it gonna auto delete? I haven't set it to auto delete branches. No, I did. Okay, it's just slow. All right. And then we create a release. So we will call this v0.11.0 because v0.11.0 generate release notes, which is just the stuff we did today. Everything else has been deployed already. So we'll publish this. Very unhelpful release notes. But it's okay. It's just for me. And then we'll go check to see if the action is happening. It is. And this will take some time, and I guess we'll see sometime. I'm not gonna. Well, it seems to be making a lot of progress. So I'll tell you what. While this is going, let's concurrently look for someone to raid. I want to see about getting some lunch here. So we'll do this. We'll do this. I want to say thanks so much for coming out to the stream today, hanging out, asking questions, being here. It's nice to have some company as I try to fix this old app. That's a fun name for like this old house. It's this old app. Yeah. Anyway. Let's see. Well, I don't see anyone doing coding. So I think maybe we won't even raid out today. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, well, let's see. I should be able to show this on stream, right? In fact, I think even the deployed one is safe to show on stream because it'll mask secrets. So let's see if this works, or see what the end result of our like 2.5 hours of work is, and that'll be a good kind of capstone for the stream today. So we are building front end and back end images and pushing layers. All right, and then this step complete, and then we will. So that's the Docker build step and push, building those images, and then it does the deploy. So this is it will SSH into the server where I have the stuff deployed, and will sync the infrastructure to like the Docker Compose file. I'm just using Docker Compose on like a tiny EC2 instance, and then it just SSHs into the server and does Docker pull and then Docker Compose restart. So yeah, they're not huge images, right? They're like 100 megabytes or something. And then we restart. It's complaining that there's an orphan certbot container. That's fine. And then just making sure that all the migrations are applied. So now on DailyJoule.app, I can try to log in. That's good. That's good. And if I go to my diary, yay! All right. So, oh, this is broken. Well, if I go back far enough, I was actually keeping track of calories. Look how fast. Like, it is. It's been a while, huh? It's been a while since I've been using this. Mainly because it's been broken. I think if I were to go back to like 2024. Yeah, well, that's. I guess one possibility is I have some data loss. The other possibility is I've. Oh, here we go. All right. Yeah. Boy, I'm just like missing days too. Naughty, naughty, naughty. All right. Well, I will get better. But anyway, thanks again so much for coming out to the stream. We're gonna end things here, and yeah. Until next time.
Bye for now.